Hi, I'm Sanmari Joby and I'm here to help you to learn the most important parts of a sentence, that is subject and predicate. If you have not yet subscribed this channel, please subscribe it and press the bell icon. Primarily, it is very necessary to understand that a sentence can't be made without introducing a proper subject and a predicate. Therefore, it becomes mandatory to know more about the subject and the predicate, as these integral parts play a key role in the formation of a sentence. Now let's see more about the subject and the predicate. The subject is the part which names the person or thing we are speaking about in the sentence, or in other words, the person or thing about which something is said in the sentence is called the subject. On the other hand, the predicate is the part which tells or predicates something about the subject, or that which is said or predicated about the subject is called the predicate. That means every complete sentence contains two prominent parts. They are the subject and the predicate. The subject is what or whom the sentence is about, whereas the predicate tells something about the subject. Look at the examples. The cruel lion ran. The cruel lion is the subject of the sentence because the sentence is telling something about the cruel lion. And what is it telling? It says that the cruel lion ran. So, in this example, the subject is the cruel lion and the predicate is ran. See the next example. The cruel lion ran after the gentle lamb. Here we have more detail, but the subject is still the cruel lion. How can we know that the subject is the cruel lion and not the gentle lamb, since the sentence seems to be about both animals? To determine the subject of a sentence, first find the verb and then ask who or what. In this sentence, the verb is ran. If we ask who ran, the answer is the cruel lion. This is how we know that the cruel lion is the subject of the sentence. We have just learned that what is said about the subject will be the predicate. In this example, the cruel lion is the subject. What is said about the cruel lion? It ran after the gentle lamb. So, the predicate is ran after the gentle lamb. Next example. Yesterday, after the school, students played football in the courtyard. The sentence is telling about several different things like yesterday, school, students, football and courtyard. How can we know which of those is the subject of the sentence? First and foremost, we must find the verb. The verb is played. Next we ask who did play, and immediately we recognize that the students is the subject of the sentence. The predicate always includes a verb and tells something about the subject. In this example, we see that the students played football in the courtyard. So, the predicate of the sentence is played football in the courtyard. Now let's learn about the subject part and subject word with the help of an example. All the students of the school are my friends. First and foremost, locate the verb of the given sentence. The verb is are. Next, add the word who before the verb. The sentence will be like this: who are my friends? The answer to this question is all the students of the school, which is the subject part of this sentence. The subject part is all the students of the school and the predicate part is are my friends. There are two nouns in the subject part. They are students and school. When we ask the question, who are my friends? The answer we get is the students are my friends, not the school. So the main noun in the subject part is the students, which is said to be the subject word. That means if there are more than one noun or pronoun in the subject part, the main noun or pronoun which is closely associated with the predicate is called the subject word. When there is only a noun or pronoun before the verb in a sentence, it will be both the subject part and the subject word. See the example. Rohan is my friend. In this example, both the subject part and the subject word is Rohan. Simple subject and simple predicate. The subject of a sentence includes the noun or pronoun with all words that modify or describe it. The simple subject is the noun or pronoun all by itself. That means when there is only one subject word in the subject part, it is a simple subject. See the next example. The light blue shirt with colorful pattern was her favorite top. In this example, shirt is a simple subject word and all the descriptive words tell us more about that shirt. The subject part is the light blue shirt with colorful pattern, but the simple subject is simply shirt. When there is only one finite verb in the predicate part, it will be the simple predicate. In the given example, the word was is the only finite verb in the predicate part. Therefore, it will be the simple predicate. Compound subject and compound predicate. When there is more than one noun or pronoun in the subject part as subject words, it will be the compound subject. See the example. John and his friends ran outside to play football. The verb is ran, and when we ask who ran, the answer is John and his friends. That means there are two subjects for the verb ran. So this is a compound subject. A compound predicate includes two or more finite verbs that relate to the subject. See the example. The little girl picked up her doll and climbed on the chair. The finite verbs are picked up and climbed. When we ask who picked up and who climbed, the answer is the same for both verbs, the little girl. So this is a compound predicate. The understood you. All the imperative sentences address the second person singular or plural. Thereby, the subject of such sentences will always be you, which will never be mentioned in the imperative sentences. See the example. Shut the door. We see the verb is shut, but who is doing that action? The only noun present is the door, but certainly the door is not performing that action in the sentence. Since this is an imperative sentence which gives an order to the second person, therefore the subject is you and the predicate is shut the door. There are certain main points to be kept in our mind while we form a subject and a predicate for the construction of a sentence. First, the subject part must contain a noun or a pronoun, and the predicate part must contain a verb. The cruel lion ran after the gentle lamb. In this sentence, the subject part is a cruel lion, which contains a noun, that is lion, and the predicate is ran after the gentle lamb, which contains a finite verb, that is ran. Second, in imperative sentences, the subject is left out. Example, go out. This is an imperative sentence, therefore the subject is you, which is understood. Third, ordinarily the subject of the sentence comes first, but sometimes the subject may be placed after the predicate. Example, up went the rocket. The subject is the rocket. Sweet are the uses of adversity. The subject is the uses of adversity. Now let's revise the lesson by examining few sentences. First, the boy with the red turban is very gentle. The boy with the red turban is the subject, is very gentle is the predicate. Second, Ram shot an arrow in the air. Ram is the subject, shot an arrow in the air is the predicate. Third, wait for me. Since it is an imperative sentence, the subject is you and the predicate is wait for me. Fourth, animals and plants depend on each other. Animals and plants is the subject. Since there are two subject words, this is a compound subject. Depend on each other is the predicate. Fifth, the poor old ox had died today. The poor old ox is the subject, had died today is the predicate. The trunk of an elephant is very useful to it. The trunk of an elephant is the subject part, the trunk is a subject word. Is very useful to it is a predicate. Seventh, pass the salt. Since it is an imperative sentence, the subject is you and the predicate is pass the salt. Eighth, the cat chased and caught the mouse. The cat is a subject, chased and caught the mouse is a predicate. Since there are two finite verbs, this is a compound predicate. Ninth, the newspaper article was written by the journalist. The newspaper article is a subject, was written by the journalist is a predicate. Thank you so much for watching this lesson. We will see you soon with a new lesson. Bye.